On the surface, Marquette, aka the Saint and the Sinner, seems like just another run-of-the-mill internet alpha male. He sells courses, portrays himself as a business genius, and bashes women on podcasts.
Would you feel comfortable if your father was watching your OnlyFans and subscribing to it?
Probably not. No.
You would not feel comfortable, and I'll tell you why. That's because in your heart of hearts, in your soul, if you still got one, you know it's wrong. And I'll give you an example. That's your work. In my work, if my mother consumed my work, I'd be thankful and pleased.
So the alpha male thing is like you have this uh they have just like category when we take other when we take our videos on other guys they have some people that be like, okay, showing the young men how to live life in terms of building themselves, building characters and building attitude and fortifying themselves in terms of getting physical with someone. And you have guys like this that okay, they tend to talk down on women, say some things that okay, they feel like, oh, they are supposed to say, and that's the way society is supposed to see it, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
She took an interest in my work and supported my work. If she bought my products, I'd be thankful. If your mother or father bought your products, you'd be disgusted and ashamed because you know what you're doing is wrong and the product of what you're doing is bad.
Of course, he also has the tendency to fabricate every aspect of his life, lying about being a multimillionaire thanks to his background in application development. Although when you take a look at his resume, it's clear that he is not nearly as wealthy as he claims to be. In 2012, he launched his first company, Hobby Buddy, a social media platform that connected local strangers to help plan in-person activities. Hobby Buddy's website remained dormant for over 6 years, promoting the eventual release of a mobile app that would never see the light of day. His next business venture was called the Fletch app, a mobile application that gave universities the power to track student attendance. Marquette hoped to sell licenses to colleges in need of the service, although this effort failed, and the application has been defunct for over 5 years. He later shifted his focus to Why Not, a mobile application that was essentially a Craigslist for Wi-Fi hotspots.
Well, this actually, at some point, it's actually commendable. Like he has this skill that he do things like he build products. I actually like that he has a kind of skill that to put out there, not more into selling courses. I think Patrick mentioned it, but I don't. But surely we still say course just like others. But the thing is, I admire the fact that he's a tech guy. Is more of in a tech side of things.
Despite Why Not's failure, Marquette landed himself an article in Forbes for his work on the application, which in reality is just a puff piece paid for by Marquette himself.
Wow.
His last major endeavor was an app called My Key, which was basically just a glorified
But let's not be like, okay, you are out there putting yourself as a tech guy, but you have guys in the background working for you while you take the glory and everything, claiming that you are the tech guy. Let it not be the scenario we are going to see play that is going to play at it.
geotag that never went anywhere. Now, I'm not coming at Marquette for failing. It is extremely difficult to start a successful business, and if anything, his persistence is admirable. But
Yeah,
Marquette
yeah.
pretends that
Sure.
these failed businesses were actually huge successes, and claims they helped him become a self-made millionaire with a net worth of $100 million.
Okay, see where the lie is coming again. So this is what Patrick just said, and I mentioned it before. I like the fact that he's actually making effort to put out something, but you now see again, you now talk about the lies. Like you have something where going on, you have something you can build on, but you tend to build more on the lying part of it than to build your actual self out for people to see.
It's very obvious that he is nowhere near that kind of wealth. In 2020, Marquette was featured in an article discussing his involvement in the C program, which offered aspiring entrepreneurs a $50,000 investment to relocate to Erie, Pennsylvania. Despite claiming to be massively successful, Marquette was willing to move states just to keep his business afloat. Once again, I respect the hustle, but it's hard to imagine a multimillionaire would move to Erie, Pennsylvania to do something like this.
Like making over $150 million and yeah, moving like out of your state just because of $50,000 for a program, it doesn't quite add up and it doesn't quite make sense.
It's also hard to imagine that someone of this status would spend their time arguing with women on podcasts, selling self-improvement courses, and
Yeah. So it says cost. So it says
streaming
cost.
multiple times a week to a small audience. Marquette goes to extreme lengths to portray himself as much more than just a glorified red pill live streamer, going as far as creating a fake BBC documentary about himself.
Kenyans literally rolled out the red carpet for Mr. Burton's arrival. He is an enigmatic figure.
Rolling carpet. Who's rolling carpet for him? You see, like the pathway is even empty. Like is you can see just from outside, you can see to some extent that everything is made up. Like I'm not surprised. that he made arrangement for all these
businessman and a
stuff.
boxer, an author, a stoic,
Wow.
and a poet.
They
Nah.
originally had this YouTube video titled as BBC coverage or BBC Emerging World Leaders Profile, and then they made him change the title because obviously it's not a BBC thing.
Just about every internet alpha male portrays themselves as high status individuals and
Yeah.
imparting their wisdom on their lowly followers. But Marquette has created
Yeah, it's just like what we said, like trying to tell people how to live life, not like you're advising people, okay, this is what you should do, avoid this, avoid that. No, it will be like, I did this, you must do it. Knowing full well that people don't grow in the same environment, people don't grow in the same with the same parents and everything and in the same mindset, but you tend to force yourself what you pass through, you tend to force it on others and the life they have for you to make sure they live this kind of life. The life you have already set out is the best and you can't go wrong and everything. But at the end we still find out that you made everything up and you're still lying about everything.
a full-blown cult. The Assassin follows an ideology called Marquettism, which is essentially a religion based around men being alphas and women being second-class citizens. Nearly every element of the Assassin follows classic cult structure. It starts with rituals and traditions, mandatory greetings, group chants, and repeated creeds, all of which exist to reinforce belonging and suppress individuality. The two ideals make the group identity your primary identity, explicitly replacing race, nationality, and even standard family structure with loyalty to the organization. This ideology also lays out
This is more like building a cult, group.
existence, confirmed saints, good people, and the wicked, all of which ties into the cult's fundamental rule system, what Marquette calls the three-sentence Bible.
Number 1, be yourself. Number 2, be good to yourself. Number 3, be good to good people.
From there, it establishes a strict hierarchy where one man sits at the top and everyone else, especially women, is assigned to a rigid, subservient role. The rules for women read less like relationship guidance and more like obedience training. Don't speak while thinking. Don't interrupt peace. Cook every 4 hours. Manage his food. Manage his house. Manage his schedule, but never question him. And most importantly, the system positions the outside world as the wicked, while members become saints, creating an us versus them mentality that isolates followers, making the group the only place where they feel understood, valued, or morally superior. And of course, there's a direct correlation with moving up in the ranks and how much money you give to Marquette, whether it be through his business coaching courses or ticket sales for in real life events. I also find it hilarious that a single woman is only required to pay $200 and a single man has to pay 3 times as much at $600, because it's hard to see why any single woman would enter a room full of people that believe in Marquettism.
That's the truth. Like where everything you mentioned there is would it be ridiculous to see like women signing up for it? So you're going to just put it quite low, because just like what Mark just put on, like the list of what women should do for the man, and I don't think ladies will want to sign up for that.
Yet despite the insanely high price of these tickets, Marquette manages to convince a surprising amount of people that they are well worth it, and watching them all speak in a circle gives strong cult vibes.
For the good of the assassin.
For the good of assassin.
For the good of the assassin.
For the good of assassin.
For the good of the assassin.
For the good of the
Oh wow, there's a lady. I think he's trying to prove something. Another thing, I would be surprised if he was the one that brought the lady for us to believe, okay, there are ladies signing up for this, not just the men, there are ladies that believe in them too. And on the other side, will not be surprised if the lady actually came on her own and be like, okay, I want to join this group. So
assassin. For the good of the assassin.
For the good of the assassin.
For the good of the assassin.
For the good of the assassin.
Typically, when internet alpha males sell courses online, they do it solely for the chance to make some easy cash. But Marquette seems to be attracted to something much more sinister: power and control.
Oh, wow.
He is driven by his own self-obsession and desire to be worshipped, with the potential income only being part of his true motives. He's trying to sell people on a worldview that ties back to himself and his excellence. A lot of what Marquette is doing seems to be taken out of the playbook of Andrew Tate. And a few years ago, I made this experimental video where I compared him to a cult.
yeah, so just like I just mentioned, like he's always looking something like a cult group, and you can see the Godfather Andrew Tate being here. So thank you for staying put and thank you for staying to this time. And I would like to hear your opinion. Do well to share your thoughts and your opinion in the comment section. And also do well to like, share, and subscribe. I sincerely appreciate, and see you in the next video. Thank you.